we got a new one today. Left hand turns only over bumps. I don't know if you heard that. It almost sounds like the knuckles loose in the strut, or the lower ball joint slipping out of the knuckle, or it makes a good noise sometimes, like it's rubbing, the tires rubbing on the fender itself, a plastic well liner, or I mean maybe even the fender. It's just coming through that much. I don't know, it's a new one, so I say let's go to the shop, let's go figure it out, eh? I think we found our issue. This side makes noise and is moving in the bushing, the lower control arm here. The other side is not. Listen. See it separated. We're going to be changing this A-arm out, this lower control arm, on a 09 Focus. And I'm just gonna put the camera back and let you watch it all happen, but I want to point out a few bolts that need to be taken out. No particular order. To pull this A-arm out. So you get the two on the back bushing that hold the back part of the arm there onto the subframe, and this one right here down below, right there. Whoa. Focus. Get it? That one right there is a 15, and that one up top, a nut, which I'll take my ratchet off. That one is a 18 millimeter nut, 15 mil bolt. Now back there, it's actually a like a 22 mil. I got a 13/16 on there. I don't know what that equals out to. A 22 mil nut back there. And I believe the head is the head for this one is 18. The nut is for the front bolt is a 13/16 in the backside, and the head of the bolt right there is an 18. That nut right there is 15 for the pinch bolt, 15 mil. And that one is a T50 Torx. Take all those out, and I'll show you what to do from there. Alright, we're going to try to get this done pretty quick here. I got the rotor off and the caliper and all stuff out of the way so you can see better. It's not necessary, but it's nice to get it out of the way. But it's mainly for the video and visual purposes. You can see what I'm doing on here. Now how you do these back ones is you use a regular socket and a wrench and flick it to loosen, like you're going to loosen it on the ratchet, and then you go down from down below with your other socket or impact, and you hit that 18 mil down there, and this will hold up here. And it's a little tricky to get in a box end right there because it's so over the hump there. So that's what I do. And I'll show you how that works so good. Not that you could mix them up, but keep both together, the nuts. And so on here. When you're done, these ones, same thing. Nuts and bolts together. As you can see, these can look close. This one's for the caliper. Put the nuts on the ones. right away, and you won't have no issues. So those bolts are done. Let's do the fronts. I got the box end on here already. We're going to have to do the front bolt is out. We just got this pinch bolt left. I already loosened it. This one's going to be stuck in here, so you're going to have to work it out. Something like this. That'll work it out. All that rust down there, it's not too bad. Now the whole arm is unbolted. Okay, since we're going to be changing this arm, it comes with the ball joint. So I'm using a pickle fork. Pry bar right there. Pry it out of there so you get stuck. And then should be all that manhandle. I got it on the vise now. Watch this. You could see the separation, the noise. Mainly on this back side, looks like. See that? Just get in here and clean out the extra grime. Shouldn't be too much rust. Same thing back here, you can see where it sits here and here. You don't want it to friggin' all the rocks be in your way and it's sitting there cocked. Wipe it all down. Make it nice and clean for the new arm. The pinch all cleaned up. Same thing, rocks. Make sure this shield's back on there. Well, still on there. That's pretty important. Protect that boot from damage. Let's put the new armor on. Alright, so pop your arm in there. Do this first. So now the front bolt's aligned through the subframe here, and the nut is just started on there. That'll hold its place, and you can see the back is pretty much aligned with the subframe now, so you can get those bolts in easy. And lastly, once all that's aligned, you can worry about the ball joint going into the knuckle here. So let's get those back bolts in. Make sure you clean the bolts from all your rust penetrant with brake clean, and then we're going to put Blue Loctite on there. Also, each one of the bolts, since we are reusing them, Ford wants you to either put Loctite back on there or replace them every time you pull a suspension bolt. So we're going to do the Loctite since these bolts are just fine. Okay, so we're going to do the front bolt first. Snug it up. Hold it. there's a hole in the arm right there. That's where you can put your pry bar. So you can pull down, and then you take your knuckle and you swing it over and set it right in the hole. This pinch bolt will not go through the slot of the ball joint without it being fully inserted, so you'll know if this passes through or not. This bolt goes like this. The rest of the way. Okay, so let's get torquing here. This is how the jack needs to go. Right underneath that ball joint area there, your jack stand. Support the weight. You can see his spring is compressed. And it's sitting fully on the jack stand now, all the weight's off my lift. Now that we're at that point, that front one, torque it to 159 foot-pounds. And then that one back there is 119 foot-pounds. Then you torque that one to 76 foot-pounds. And then you come back around to the pinch bolt here and do it one last. And that one's 46 foot-pounds. Make sure that shield's back on there. And put the rotor and the caliper bracket back on if you did use it. You did pull it off. You don't have to. As I said, it's only for the video instructional purposes. And let's throw the wheel back on. If you did pull the caliper off for ease of access in the rotor, the torque spec on these two bolts for that bracket are 92 foot-pounds. The torque spec for the wheels here, once you got them tightened by hand, put it on the ground, torque them to 100 foot-pounds, and just do a crisscross pattern. Boom, boom. There's no obviously star pattern on a 4-lug design. Just want to go side to side, and I'd say let's go drive it now. See if you fix this puppy right up or not. Time will tell. Let's go on the road test. Alright, let's go on that same route we did earlier. Those left-hand turns. Large bumps, decent speed. See if we fixed her up or not. It's always good to recheck in the same area. Perfectly quiet. Not a squeak, not a scrunch, not a crunch, not a rub noise, nothing. Another job well done.